You've heard about being stranded in the ocean on a boat, but have you ever heard about being stranded in the ocean in a dang apartment? You'll see it soon enough. A boy named Kosuke can be seen looking at an apartment building. Kosuke used to live there during his childhood, but now the apartments are about to be demolished. Kosuke and a girl named Natsume used to be best friends when they were little and lived in those apartments. But something happened in their lives which caused them to drift apart. Now, they live in different apartments and they don't even talk to each other. Soon, their summer vacations start, and Kosuke sneaks into his old apartment building with two friends, Taishi the little brat and Yuzuru the fat kid. Taishi is especially excited to capture some ghosts because this old apartment has a rumor of being haunted. They reach the apartment which belonged to Kosuke's late grandfather, Yasuji. There, they find Natsume sleeping peacefully in a closet. Natsume says that she's here to look for a boy named Noppo. While going to the roof of the apartment, Natsume says that she met Noppo in the apartment. However, no one knows who Noppo is. Just below, a girl who has a major crush on Kosuke, called Reina, sees them playing. So Reina and her best friend Juri go up to them. Reina is a spoiled brat, so she immediately starts teasing Natsume for having an old camera. The camera belonged to Kosuke's late grandfather, and he accuses Natsume of stealing people's stuff. So Natsume gets angry. She was really close with Kosuke's grandfather too. She pushes him and takes the camera back from him. Kosuke chases her, so she climbs on a high pole. However, she slips and falls. Kosuke catches her on time, but she still slips and falls. Suddenly, a strange and powerful burst of rain covers them entirely, and just as suddenly, the skies clear up and the apartment is floating in an ocean. Told you! Natsume manages to survive because of the water. Taishi looks underwater and says that their building is floating. They also see another building floating beside them, but it just passes them. And of course, a story like this is not complete without a loss of signals on their cell phones. They ask Natsume what could have caused this, but she replies that she does not know. Natsume goes downstairs and comes across a strange boy just sitting there. The rest of the kids try all sorts of methods, like SOS, fireworks, etc., but nothing seems to get anyone else's attention. They go downstairs, but a creepy boy starts coming down, so they run away until they reach a room with fire and candles. Natsume is sitting there. She reveals that the scary guy is actually Noppo, and he used to live in this apartment some time ago. She and Noppo have known each other for some time. She opens the cabinets and reveals lots of food that they can eat. Natsume also reveals that she has been in this strange place before too, but when she slept, she always woke up in the normal world. But Kosuke is still too stubborn and says that they need to focus on escaping. They all sleep, but the next day when they wake up, they're still in the strange water world. So they start adapting to their new place, but over time, their food starts running out. Reina gets depressed and she starts blaming Natsume. One day, another building approaches their building. So Kosuke throws a zipline across. Then he ziplines across like a true badass. However, the place is empty. It was an old swimming pool that was demolished a long time ago. Natsume also comes after him and they look around, but no food. So they go towards some vending machines. However, Natsume falls on glass and hurts her knee. Kosuke quickly fixes her injury. Then they work together to break the vending machines while arguing all the time. However, the machine does not break. On top of that, the building is drifting away and their friends call them back. As they are both getting sad, they suddenly spot a bag full of emergency rations. They take it and go back. Everyone is happy to have something to eat. They also discover a town on the horizon. Everyone starts adjusting to their new lives and accepts it like normal. One night, Kosuke sees Noppo caressing an injury on his wrist. So, the next day, he confronts Noppo, asking him who he really is. Noppo says that he's been living in this apartment ever since it was built, which was a long, long time ago. He shows his arm and the entire Amazon rainforest is growing there. They get scared, but they all overcome their fears and they start getting to know him better. One night, they see another building approaching them. This time, it's a department store. Kosuke, Natsume, and Noppo all go together. The department store was closed 6 years ago. They don't find any food there. Natsume says that she has a bad memory of this place because her parents got into an argument there. Suddenly, the department store and their apartment crash into each other, so they start running back. But the water turns blue and an image of a crying girl can be seen. They ignore it and run back. Taishi also almost falls, but Reina and Juri save him, and suddenly Juri falls. Natsume climbs the building, all Assassin's Creed style. Natsume manages to save Juri, but she gets hurt and falls underwater. There, a strange and dark blob tries to pull them, but Kosuke and Noppo save her. Juri gets hurt terribly, while Noppo loses a foot, and his foot seems to be made of some weird material. Reina cries for her best friend, Juri, and she blames Natsume. Didn't she save Juri earlier? Weirdo. Natsume gets depressed. She and Kosuke start talking properly again. We look to the past and see that Natsume grew up in a violent family and her parents got divorced when she was young. It was Kosuke's grandpa Yasuji who accepted her, and she grew up alongside Kosuke. Grandpa Yasuji also gave her a stuffed toy, and she and Kosuke have a lot of good memories with it. Suddenly, more buildings appear in the sea. The sky also releases a strange and beautiful light for just a short moment. The next morning, Yuzuru gives them some bad news. The building is starting to flood, so they go to Noppo and ask him to reveal everything he knows. Suddenly, bright blue light jumps out of Noppo and hits them. And just like that, they start seeing visions of the past, everything that Noppo saw. Noppo says that he's a part of this building and he has seen Kosuke and Natsume grow up together with so much happiness. He's not sure, but he thinks that he's the reason they're all here in this ocean. He doesn't know how to return, though. Reina starts scolding him, but Juri wakes up with cinematic timing and Reina calms down immediately. Noppo tells them to take a raft and escape this place. They should not worry about him. So, the kids prepare to leave. Natsume wants Noppo to come with them because he has been a part of their lives for so long. However, Reina behaves like your typical annoying girl and is against the idea. Natsume becomes more stubborn, so Kosuke scolds her. The water starts flooding more, so the kids hurry to leave. Natsume and Kosuke spend one last tender moment in Grandpa Yasuji's room. Then, they get on top of the building and onto the raft. Natsume and Kosuke try to take Noppo with them, but Noppo pushes them into the raft, saying that he'll go with the building. But Natsume cannot bear to let go of Noppo, so she swims back towards him. It's dangerous, so Kosuke swims after her. It's dangerous again, so Yuzuru swims after them. Suddenly, a huge torrent of rain blocks Natsume and Noppo from the rest of them. Yuzuru manages to save Kosuke and takes him back. While he's all depressed, strange magical lights surround them and hit them all. They all see their own parents waiting for them back home. Kosuke suddenly sees a vision of Natsume walking away towards the apartment, symbolizing that she's going to die with the building. Just then, they all see a huge Ferris wheel passing them. Meanwhile, Natsume and Noppo are sitting on the roof of the building, completely drenched in stormwater. We also finally get to see why Natsume and Kosuke stopped talking. When they were going to meet Grandpa Yasuji at the hospital, Natsume got upset with him for some reason and left. Grandpa Yasuji immediately told Kosuke to go and apologize. He died a short time later, and Kosuke did not get to say goodbye because he was out looking for Natsume. Natsume starts getting guilty and depressed, saying that she'll just disappear. Suddenly, they hear the others calling their name, and through the dark clouds, the huge and beautiful Ferris wheel comes through. Kosuke and the other boys quickly work together to save Natsume. Reina almost falls into the ocean, but the spirit of the Ferris wheel, who is just like Noppo, saves Reina. Natsume fights back against Kosuke, but Kosuke yells at her, saying that he missed his time with her. This apartment was their old home, but they need to let it go in order to go back to their present homes. Natsume also cries with happiness, and she agrees to go back. The Ferris wheel pulls the apartment out of the water, but the wire starts to break. So, the spirit of the amusement park along with the rest of the kids work really hard to hold the line. However, the line is unable to hold and the Ferris wheel starts breaking. The apartment building also starts sinking. Kosuke almost falls, so Natsume saves him. Then Natsume almost falls, so Kosuke saves her, with a little help from Noppo. The three of them hold on together as the apartment goes underwater. The slimy dark things from before pull them apart, but Noppo grabs them just in time. He uses the most powerful thing in any anime, the power of friendship. He becomes a shining blue light and makes the dark things disappear. Noppo holds them safely while they go back to safety. They arrive at a safe place where there are no storms. The other guys also arrive there. Before leaving, Reina thanks the amusement park spirit. This was the place where Reina's father used to take her, so she had a lot of memories here. They all go back to the apartment and they ride it until they come to an island. The island is full of beautiful lights. They see some people, so they decide to go there, but Noppo stops them. He says that only he can go down. They are all spirits of other demolished buildings. If the normal kids go down, they won't be able to return. Natsume is considering not going back, but Kosuke has accepted her again, so she decides to go back. Noppo hugs them and the blue lights come again. He goes down with the other spirits while the apartment starts moving away. They all wave Noppo goodbye. Then the blue lights carry the building into the skies. The kids wake up in the apartment in their own town. They wish a final goodbye to the building and leave. Soon after, the building is demolished, but Natsume and Kosuke are as close as ever, and the 6 of them are super close friends now. They also have proof that they did not dream everything that happened, as they have photos from the camera. If you enjoy the video,